top WWE Superstar to turn heel by walking out on Rhea Ripley on SmackDown? Exploring the possibility. Rhea Ripley is one of the participants in the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match this year. However, before her big bout, Mommy will join forces with Stephanie Vaquer and Alexa Bliss to take on Roxanne Perez, Giulia, and Naomi on SmackDown tonight. In a shocking twist, a top star could turn heel in this match, leaving the WWE Universe stunned. Alexa Bliss could walk out on Rhea Ripley and Stephanie Vaquer during the tag team match on SmackDown. WWE has been teasing a character shift in Bliss for a long time. The 5 Feet of Fury has been seen behaving erratically at times, giving a glimpse of her eerie 2021 persona. With her being in the midst of a character transition, she could officially embrace her dark side. During the match, Rhea Ripley could be looking to tag Alexa Bliss into the ring. But the moment Mommy could reach the former women's champion, she could jump off the apron to give her an intense stare. Lost in a trance, Bliss could simply walk away from the ring with a straight face. This could give the opponent team an opening to roll up Ripley to score a win ahead of MITB. Such an angle would be a major headline heading into the show this weekend. Besides, it would give a fresh start to Little Miss Bliss on SmackDown. She has been wandering directionless on SmackDown for a long time. A heel turn would give her more opportunity to work with her character on the show. Alexa Bliss could go after the babyfaces to solidify herself as a top heel. Whatever is discussed above is just speculation at the moment. Only time will tell what WWE has in store for the alliance of Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss, and Stephanie Vaquer on SmackDown tonight. Rhea Ripley to win the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match? WWE has presented a stacked field of superstars for this year's Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. From youngsters like Roxanne Perez to veterans like Naomi, there are several worthy contenders. But Rhea Ripley stands out among all the other participants. She is a clear favorite to win the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match this Saturday. Ripley is one of the most decorated stars in WWE, having accomplished almost everything. However, she never won the coveted briefcase in her career. Therefore, WWE might finally bank on her this year. The Eradicator may walk out of Los Angeles as Ms. Money in the Bank 2025. WrestleVotes also reported that she is one of the top names WWE is considering as the winner of the women's ladder match. Rhea Ripley's victory would certainly garner a lot of attention among the fans, setting the internet abuzz. It would be enough to shake things up in the women's division, bringing fans' interest towards it once again. That said, it is going to be interesting to see if WWE will bank on Mommy or pull off a big shocker this weekend. WWE star Liv Morgan's stalker situation. Here's what investigators discovered. The police investigation has released new details regarding the Liv Morgan stalker situation. The world of professional wrestling has seen multiple incidents involving obsessed fans threatening the security of WWE superstars. In the past, such instances have been reported for stars like Alexa Bliss and Sonya Deville. Recently, Liv Morgan was the latest name in the conversation. It was reported that a stalker, obsessed with Morgan, was arrested outside the WWE Performance Center with a bag of evidence after the June 3 edition of WWE NXT. However, after further investigation, that turned out to be a false claim. The stalker arrested had nothing to do with Liv Morgan. The Orange County Sheriff's Office in Florida released a statement regarding the entire situation that went down outside the WWE premises on Tuesday. It stated that the person arrested was a man named Sean Chon. His arrest had nothing to do with WWE or Liv Morgan. It was apparently a case of an outstanding burglary warrant from Pasco County. On June 3, 2025, at approximately 11:30 p.m., deputies made contact with Sean Chon outside of the WWE Performance Center located at 5055 Forsyth Commerce Road, the statement reads. Chon had an outstanding warrant for burglary from the Pasco County Sheriff's Office. Chon was placed under arrest and booked into the Orange County Jail. We have no details whatsoever about the Pasco County case, so you will need to reach out to that agency for more information. However, Following the revelation of these details, it was reported that another stalker was arrested outside the performance center. The local police did not carry out this arrest, but a high-level agency got involved after a WWE source confirmed that the second man was indeed a Liv Morgan stalker. The source stated, the arrest was not carried out by local law enforcement, suggesting that a higher-level agency is now involved in the matter. The authorities made it clear that Sean Chan's arrest was not related to this situation. With Liv Morgan's well-being threatened amidst these stalker situation reports, it remains to be seen if she will address the matter herself or not. Liv Morgan could turn babyface in shocking twist at WWE MITB. Liv Morgan is entering Money in the Bank women's ladder match against Alexa Bliss, Roxanne Perez, Naomi, Giulia, and Stephanie Vaquer. The match will bring together the Miracle Kid and Mommy in the same ring after a while, and fans can expect past bitterness to surface and the superstars engaging in a vicious brawl for personal reasons. However, the Eradicator might not be the only one who will demand extra attention from the women's crown jewel champion. Liv Morgan might turn babyface after choosing to not attack Rhea Ripley. Lately, Roxanne Perez has made appearances alongside Finn Balor on Monday Night Raw, and that has fueled the speculation of her potentially joining the Judgment Day. She even brought chicken nuggets for Dominik Mysterio when Liv Morgan was absent from the flagship show. Morgan hasn't been appreciative of Perez's new dynamic with the Prince, and her possibility of trying to get close to her on-screen boyfriend. To put an end to this, she might choose to assault Perez over others during the ladder match. While speaking on Rebooked, Matt Rehwoldt spoke about a potential babyface turn for the Miracle Kid during the women's ladder match where she chose to attack Roxanne Perez instead of Rhea Ripley. There could be a really cool moment if you had someone like Roxanne and Rhea fighting on the ladder. In comes Liv. Who is she going to screw over? And she hits Roxanne. It could almost be a babyface turn for Liv, in a way. Perez has caused relationships to become unsettled within the Judgment Day. One can assume that Finn Balor will join hands with Perez to remove both Liv Morgan and Dominik Mysterio from the faction. WWE stars removed from Money in the Bank 2025. There are a few paths that Morgan could have taken to be featured at WWE Money in the Bank 2025, however none of them have come together. While she is engaged in her own mini-feud with Roxanne Perez, the latter won her qualifying match and will instead be in the PLE's titular ladder match. As Morgan continues to hold the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship with Raquel Rodriguez, there was also a potential for her to make the card that way, but that also hasn't been the case. Since she and Rodriguez are also feuding with Io Sky and Kairi Sane, perhaps that match will come at another PLE such as WWE Evolution on July 13th. Click the next page button below for more. Liv Morgan acknowledges internal friction in the Judgment Day. WWE Women's Tag Team Champion and Judgment Day member Liv Morgan appeared on this week's edition of the Raw Recap podcast, where she discussed various topics, including the Judgment Day. Morgan said, "I think that the Judgment Day is kind of like the gift that keeps on giving. We have a lot of members, a lot of different personalities. We are not all gonna get along all the time. We are not all gonna see eye to eye all the time. On how the group feels like a family. I come from a very big family, and so this is kind of just feels like it's family. You know, you fight with your brothers, your sisters, and so no, I think that right now, some things have to get in order. Some things have to be more aligned. But I think at the end of the day, Judgment Day is just a family." You can check out the complete podcast in the video below. Liv Morgan believes the Judgment Day is a family. Sheamus on WrestleMania in Las Vegas. During this week's edition of Raw Recap, WWE Women's Tag Team Champion Liv Morgan commented on the Judgment Day faction, the group feeling like a family, and more. You can check out some highlights from the podcast below. On the Judgment Day, I think that the Judgment Day is kind of like the gift that keeps on giving. We have a lot of members, a lot of different personalities. We are not all gonna get along all the time. We are not all gonna see eye to eye all the time. On how the group feels like a family, I come from a very big family, and so this is kind of just feels like it's family. You know you fight with your brothers, your sisters, and so no, I think that right now, some things have to get in order. Some things have to be more aligned. But I think at the end of the day, Judgment Day is just a family.